Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite place to be on Wednesday evening, right here at Pitch Practice,
The
the
show.
show. I'm Mark, the guy behind the mental marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101, helping you grow and monetize your brand using sales funnels. And I've got who's here with me today?
I'm here every week, man, waiting on you to push the live button. Brandon here with BKXX Enterprises, fixing your digital foundation so that those sales funnels are actually effective.
Yes, yes. And we are live on all of our social media channels, except, we're not live on X. So why we're not live on X, Brandon?
Because you got to pay to play.
Exactly. And plus, there's too many glitches.
No, it was a DDoS attack, okay? It was a DDoS attack. Didn't want the word getting out. That's what happened.
If you can't get your social media site straight to work right, and then blame it on everything else, it's time to give it up.
There was 1.2 million people in the stream, and it did go off. Okay, it went off. I was there. I listened to it. I got on about 8:45. It took about 45 minutes to actually get in and then get the kinks, things like that worked out. But I mean, when you got so many people interested in what is going to be said during this conversation, you got to have a little bit of technical difficulties. The web can only take so much traffic.
Excuses.
All right.
I mean, you're the CEO. It should work for you, or somebody's head should be rolling. At least that's what I think. Okay, so that's not our discussion today, but from what I hear, it was almost an hour wait, and I think there was almost an hour wait with nothing but silence and hold music. For me, I didn't have time for that. You know that saying, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, like I said, I managed to get in about they tried to do it at 8. I think I got in about 8:40. Finally, it was working. I didn't try the whole time, but it was a decent chat. Trump did his thing and was Trump and did his talking over of Elon, and Elon was calm, cool, and collected and just had a conversation. I think they both had some great points for what they were talking about, and fingers crossed things go the right way, whatever way that is. Come November, we can put all this craziness behind us and just get back to business and make America great again, right?
Okay, all right. If you say so, I don't know. But that was just pretty interesting there. So how was your week been? How was your week been?
Oh, it's been dragging, man. It's the burning the candle at both ends. Trying to get this e-commerce safety site up and sales going with that, as well as work my own stuff here in the evening times. It's been rough. Trying to keep it all straight, as well as trying to bring on a couple of new clients for some sales funnels. So it's been busy.
Nice. I think that's one of the topics of our discussion today. If you read the title of today's episode, it's called Decision 2024. I don't know if you had that for your description, but that's the description. Decision 2024. I think, most schools have started back.
Yeah. I think this week. My wife's starts back next week, so the kiddos will be back to the normal grind.
Yeah, and if I remember going back to school, and we didn't have to go back till after Labor Day, so it's like, wow, it seems like such a short period of time. But throughout this time, I think that your business goes through these stages, or maybe these seasons. And I notice it when I'm out there driving and I'm coming back from the gym in the morning. One of the biggest things that I noticed is the amount of traffic out there on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summertime, you don't see as much traffic. And as a business owner, there's some times where in the your business might flourish in the summertime. For roofers, plumbers, and electricians, it could be a time when you are busy as heck, especially for ACs,
Right.
especially for HVAC and those types of trades. So how do you keep the business going? How do you keep that momentum going all the way up until November, till the December 20 I'm sorry, decision 2024? And that's what Brandon and I are going to talk about today, right?
Yep.
Some helpful tips for you and being able to keep that momentum going, even after the summer days, even after everyone's gone back to school, even after a Twitter meltdown.
Yeah, I mean, at this part of the season, if you are in an outdoor home service trades, roofer, plumber, landscaper, electrician, I mean, now is not the time to start a campaign. People are winding down; they're getting ready to go back to school. That's the last thing they're thinking about as far as making those types of decisions. Unless there's a storm that is, a late summer storm that's rolled through and has damaged property, then you'll most likely get the call. But with the school season coming in, people are buying things that they need for that. They're taking their mind and money away from the extracurriculars, is what I like to call them, when it comes to home repair and and such. So, but it's not time to give up, right? You still shouldn't stop doing the marketing that you've been doing all along. Still continue to post your wins and successes on social and the projects that you're completing, and still continue to put out the content on your website for Google to continue to know, like, and trust you, to continue to rank you. Because right now it's ant season, right? As I like to call it, ant season. This is where you're storing your grain for the cold winter months that are coming along, right? Don't be the grasshopper at this point in time in the year. Be the ant. Build your war chest up when it comes to that content, and then get ready to deploy it throughout the winter. So when spring comes, you have all the assets that you need to get off the on the right track quickly, and not have to spend as much money on ads, because you've already built up that content and Google already knows it's there to start putting it out there and indexing it.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Starting and stopping is tough. I think when you have your momentum, you have to keep going forward and keep pushing. I think that's that. What's that saying? An object in motion stays in motion until it's acted upon by an equal and opposing force. That is my smart comment of the night. If you can resonate, give me a hashtag. I got you, Mark, down in the comments. But I'll tell you, I picked up a new client this week, and it was in the vacation rental space. Okay, so I've done some work for another client, and they happen to have a couple other friends in that same industry, and we did such a great job. I think what we did for her is, I think we set up a funnel for a drawing. And we collected over 2,000 email addresses for her in just a short period of time. So she said, go to Mark, he can do it for you. So here we are. And here's something that at least in the vacation rental space that you should think about is and we talk about the season, the summer season. And for us, it's hurricane season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hurricane season. I'm am I breaking up here?
I can hear you fine, with your video isn't coming in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's delayed a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So it's hurricane season, and our goal is to maintain their occupancy throughout the hurricane season. Even, because I think people get a little skeptical about going to those areas because you just don't know. I think like with cruises, the prices tend to go down during this season because you're taking a risk, right?
Mhm.
I think it's Puerto Rico right now that's getting absolutely drenched. So what do? I think what you do is you uh, offer a win-win situation for them. So you offer a win-win situation for them so that when they book, they have the guarantee that if anything goes wrong, that they're able to take that same vacation at a more convenient time. And if you can work that into the price, where it's not where you have to fully refund their money, but let them know they've got the peace of mind knowing that if there is an occurrence that happens, or for some reason they can't make that trip, make it easy for them to exchange it for an equivalent stay. And that's what I think we're going to be doing with Her Vacation Rental, because I think they're a little bit concerned about that, especially during the month of the hurricane season, and as we see all these storms developing over in the Atlantic. You didn't get hit by any of those recent storms, did you? Even though
Um, yeah, I mean, being in Ohio, we get the aftermath of what comes through. We didn't get anything to do with Debbie, so that didn't affect us. It probably pulled some weather towards us. We did have some thunderstorms in the last week or so, but the biggest that we had was the pretty much same storm that you guys went through, and it rolled up through the Central Plains and the Midwest area as that storm system tracked through. But no, and unless it's coming up through the Gulf, we don't get anything that would potentially hit Florida or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that last one went through the Gulf, went out, and then came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So those are just some of the things that you can do as the seasons change, and you realize that maybe uh, there's a big shift in the travel habits of your customers, or the shopping habits of your customers. We recently went through well, they've instituted these tax-free weekends here. Do you have them up there?
Yep, ours was last week. I unfortunately missed it. I needed some new shoes, and I didn't take advantage of the tax-free weekend to go buy them. So, yeah,
Yeah.
lost out on saving $6. Whoop-de-doo. But it's still
Uh,
money back in your pocket, right?
yeah. So we did some furniture shopping this past weekend, and there's only certain items that are eligible for the tax-free weekend, and they're typically like business items, school supplies, and those items. We were in a furniture store, and what they offered was a discount equal to the tax that you might pay on it. Thought that was a pretty unique idea. And it let the furniture shop take advantage of a of a weekend that people were out shopping, and just says, okay, look, we're going to give you the same type of discount, um, just basically to cover the taxes. You seen anything that like that in your area?
No, there isn't much in the way of advertising in my area when it comes to that kind of stuff. Didn't get any mailers or flyers from any of the local businesses about the tax-free stuff. I mean, we have a major retail chain, Walmart, in the area. They didn't send out um, anything in the mail. I'm sure I'm signed up on their email list, but I don't pay attention to it, right? Because it's Walmart, and I didn't notice anything in the app either. So, when it comes to these types of little local events, be it for the state or otherwise, it's good to kind of partner and feed off of that momentum that is already gaining traction. So essentially riding the wave out, and it kind of cuts your marketing in half as far as cost wise, because you don't have to spend as much to get that attention because the attention's already there. You just kind of have to start, I don't know, parroting the same information and not be so much white noise about it, but at least letting people know that, hey, we're doing the same thing too. And on top of that, you'll get X, Y, Z. So thinking about the video I watched today that Russell put out talking about the premium. You recall the premium chat with the example of the football phone for Sports Illustrated at Fun Whacking Live?
The trend jacking.
Yeah, trend jacking. That's exactly it. So with that, in the premium, when you give it out, not only is it going to enhance your offer, but it's going to draw people away from the other offers that are out there and make you more money. So figure out a way to take what's going on in the local market, add your own spin to it, give them something a little bit extra, and start raking in the customers.
Trend jacking. I would say that from popular culture of over recently past week, Snoop Dogg. Have you seen him? Did you see all the news about him over the past week of being at the Olympics?
I mean, I saw him at the Olympics. I saw the camera pan to him when he's in the crowd and things like that. But I don't know what advantage he's taking of it.
Oh man, they said I think they said he was being paid like $500,000 a day just to be there at the Olympics. He was what do you call it? The announcer, the color commentator for a few events.
Okay.
He carried the torch for a small stretch. It was funny because they made the torch into what looked like a big joint. Yeah. So, but I think what he did, I don't know. I guess maybe there was some type of ability to show the the Olympics from a different angle, or the Olympics from a different viewpoint that hadn't been seen before. And I see that he kind of stepped in there and took that role and gave it definitely a different perspective from the events that he was part of. He was part of fencing. He was part of the equestrian. I think he dressed up in full gear to call that sport. I think he did maybe badminton or something like that. You know how there's always these little sports that no one has ever barely heard of.
Did he commentate on the breakdancing?
I don't know. Did you see any of it though?
Only the aftermath, and I feel bad for the country of Australia. I don't know what the process was to qualify, but from the memes and the videos that I've seen, again, my heart goes out to everybody from Australia, to those that can actually dance and break dance, for the performance that was showed at the Olympics.
You must be talking about the girl that was just kind of
Ray Gunn, whatever her name is. Look her up if you need some comic relief. Look up B Gun or Ray Gun or whatever her name is, or go on TikTok. Australian breakdancer. It'll be the first video that pops up. And so yeah, I'm sure she's going to get some money out of it somehow, some way. She's going to get a sponsorship for something just because how bad she is, which is kind of crazy in the sense because, you know, in rereading Expert Secrets here, I went through the part where it talks about the line, so to speak, of crazy, prolific, mainstream, prolific, and then crazy, right? From left to right. And
on that scale.
On that scale, right?
Way over here, way over there, and in the middle.
Yeah. So she was definitely in one of the crazy zones. I don't know if you lean left or right or however you want to lean it, but she's definitely in the crazy zone. If she can bring it back a little bit and start telling her story, become prolific, she'll be just fine. And she'll just, water off the duck's back there when it comes to all the comments that are being made about her dancing style.
You're talking about the prolific zone. Yeah. And it's I think with all the noise that's going on out there today, you have to be in that prolific zone just to make a dent or get attention, because otherwise whatever you're doing, if you're, as Russell Brunson would put it, you can't be boring.
Nope.
You can't be boring. That is a one-way ticket to the bottom. I'm looking for that part in the book.
It's in the first two chapters, I think.
It's in the first two chapters.
Yeah.
Oh, the charismatic leader, the attractive character, and oh man, it just never ceases to amaze me. Every time I open this book, it's always just a gold. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here we go.
This is step 4.
Oh yeah, it's page 21.
Well, page 40 for me.
Oh, okay. You're looking at that one, right?
No, the other one.
No, that's this. Well, maybe it's not in this book because you've got the newer version.
Yeah, it's this one.
Oh, okay. That's the prolific index. Huh? You know what? It's on page 41.
Page 40 for me. So a couple pages back.
I don't know if that one is in this book, but it looks like I feel like I've seen that one before. But this one here, it's okay. Polarity, mainstream, polarity, crazy. Okay.
So I mean, same concept though. The more polar you can be on either side, left or right, the more money.
There it is.
Yeah. Yep. So the more polar you can be without being in the crazy zone, the more money you're going to end up making. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. I mean, if you think about some of the infomercials that are out there, the ShamWow guy, the Flex Seal guy. I mean, they're borderline crazy, but the product is prolific, right? They keep it in that zone. It's definitely not mainstream what they're doing and how they're fixing everything and how they're demonstrating the product, right? So they're keeping it in that prolific area, and it's getting the attention. Memes are being made of it, and they're just raking in cash.
Yeah, that's the thing. And today, when you create something prolific, it can take on a life of its own. That's one of the coolest things, when you can take advantage of that viral juice, the viral juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where it's like it just boom, someone takes it and then they share it and then they share it and then it just has a life of its own without any advertising dollars.
There's a couple things out there that are currently making their rounds. A couple weeks ago, it's kind of died down, but that young lady talking about how to excite a man.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, how to keep him happy, right? That girl, she's still kind of floating around, but her
oh,
15 minutes is
are you talking about the?
yeah, that girl.
Oh,
So
that's what you're talking about.
yeah, so her 15 minutes is slowly coming to an
Fading.
end because I really haven't seen much of her and what she's doing. Good for her though. Let's see what else. Finance Girl song, Girl on the Couch. She had that one hit wonder there over the summer. I think her 15 minutes is slowly coming to an end, though she's still kind of kicking around. And then the latest thing is this Coconut Tree song that is making the rounds. I don't know if you've heard it, but yeah. So it's those little things that are getting picked up and put out. And as AI and the ability to grab clips increases exponentially, we're going to see a lot more 15 minutes of fame coming out and about. So, it can happen to anybody. Lightning can strike at any point in time. So just keep on creating the content, being as crazy, borderline crazy as possible, and you'll get there.
Yeah, it's surprising that I didn't hear from you recently because one of our favorite guys online, I don't know if he's gone berserko. DH, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Did you happen to see a book
I
that
saw the book. I did see the book.
you saw the book?
I did a double take. I wonder if I can pull it up here.
Where is he at? I think he's over in Dubai right now, right?
Yeah, he's in Dubai right now.
And you know what? I saw the book and it looks like one of those mock-ups. And I was wondering, is this real? Is that real? What's going on with him?
He's currently writing it. He says hopefully I'll get it done within the next year. The book is Islam for White People.
Yeah.
And okay, sure.
Yeah. I was wondering if you saw that. And it's like, who is he to write that book?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know he practices Islam. I don't know exactly what his ethnic background is or race. I mean, I guess you can consider him white because I don't know if he can be any whiter than a person with the name Dan Henry. So
You know what? You're right. I don't know his background. I don't know much. The only thing I know, he used to own a bar in Florida, right?
mm-hmm.
He was a bar owner in Florida. And I think that's probably where he made some money from. And before he wrote the book, Digital Millionaire Secrets, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his rags to riches story is. So, in any case, it's definitely an interesting book. It caught the attention just for the blatant lambasting of the title "Islam for White People" when there are white Islamists out there. I mean, most of Islam is of Caucasian race or a Caucasus type race, right? Sure, they might have a little bit more melanin and slightly tan being from the Middle East, but it's still considered
I didn't think that Islam was a race. I thought it was a religion.
well, it is, you know what I mean? But of Caucasus origin is most Islam people. So
Yeah, I did not think that. And I thought, I just thought that seems to be way far away from Digital Millionaire Secrets, his coaching program, and what he promotes. Okay. We're still here, right?
Yeah, we're still here. Miss Jen, thanks for the comment. We'll do our best to keep it as lively and as entertaining as we can.
Hey, Jen, great to see you. You keep making waves. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so that's definitely interesting. He'll probably sell a couple million of those books just because it's Dan Henry and he knows how to market well. And he's been controversial on a lot of topics lately and getting the attention. He's definitely hovering in that zone.
Prolific.
I don't know which area he's kind of leaning towards, left or right, but he's definitely balancing there on that knife's edge.
Yeah, and when you go there, you're going to lose some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you cannot be all things to everyone all the time. If you stand for something, you're going to fall for you. If you stand for something, um, then you're going to lose people.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a group of people that aren't going to, you're gonna be loved or hated, and I think a lot of people can't deal with the hated part, but yeah, I think Dan Henry has no problem with that. Yeah. He's borderline. I don't know.
Borderline crazy, but hey, that's him. That's his character. That's who he wants to be. And if it's making him money, then he's probably going to keep doing it. When it stops making him money, then they'll switch up. And I see that happen a lot with a lot of influencers out there. You know, I follow quite a bit of them. You know, for hacking purposes and to see what they're doing and see where the trends are swinging. And it's interesting to kind of see them ebb and flow and jump on these little bandwagons to try to make the next dollar.
Yeah, you see an evolution, um, even with people that have been around for a long time, and you see them go from I don't know, maybe still in the community, but just doing different things. Um, our good friend, uh, I think, well, I know he left ClickFunnels. You know, Leslie Turner.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's working his own deal now, partnered up with another gentleman. I think they're working on a project for influencer type marketing to generate leads for influencers.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe something of that nature.
Okay. I thought I saw him promoting some type of a mastermind community. If you're out there watching, we see you out there watching, give us a hashtag live if you're watching live. Give us a hashtag replay. Tell us your thoughts. What do you think is a good piece of advice for those businesses out there to get ready, or just into the summer? You're starting out and you're going into the fall months. I think we were talking about this. The next holiday that's coming up is, well, American holiday that's coming up is Labor Day. Then we really get into those you know back to back to back: Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Black Friday, big promotions towards the end of the year. Lots of opportunity to expand your reach, expand your audience. Um, Tell us in the comments.
You
And
forgot you forgot a holiday just like everybody else, man. Right after Halloween, it's Thanksgiving, not Christmas. Okay, we're not skipping Thanksgiving this year. Okay,
did
so
I,
don't put your Christmas tree up right after Halloween.
I didn't say Thanksgiving.
No, you didn't say Thanksgiving.
I was thinking it.
But no, I mean, my favorite time this time of year is actually kind of my favorite time of year. I don't know what it is about the fall season change. Maybe since I was born in the middle of September, fall has always had a place in the heart, especially living here in the Midwest. the change of the trees, the smell in the air, football starting up. It's always a I don't know, nostalgic time, I guess.
Yeah, that's you did mention that too. Football is starting up a few preseason games now, and then it's always remember this time of year because fall hits and that's October and that's baseball playoff time. That's World Series time. End of the baseball season, and you start getting into the playoffs, and yeah. So as far as where to start, if we can only talk about so much here in this limited time that we have, but inside of my mental marketing membership area, we've got a ton of resources for all those businesses. If you want to find out how to use that funnel, how to get to capture those leads, going viral is good, getting all the attention is good, but what does that mean?
Well, as our illustrious 10x leader always says, money follows attention. So the more attention you get, the more money is typically going to roll your way. I mean, if you look at what's happened in the past, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, not to get political here, but if you take a page out of a politician's playbook, the more attention that they're getting, the more money seems to be flowing into their coffers, right? All of a sudden, you got one candidate here that has just been blasted all over the news, either positive or negative in any light. And usually about after a week of them being blasted, a report comes out on how much money they ended up raising, either because the supporters want to help them out and get them out of the situation they're in, or either continue the momentum forward if it is a positive one. So it's absolutely insane how quickly something can catch fire and take off. And if you have media behind you, it's like a walk in the park, right? So you just have to get on the right side of the right person or people to push the narrative, and your business will be a success. So pay attention to what's going on politically as far as the marketing side of it and what kind of messages are being put out there and who's putting them out there and how they're doing it. Because if you can at least take 1% of that and put it and apply it to your business, you'll be so much better in the coming year for it.
Yeah. And these political campaigns are using funnels. They are using funnels. They are getting you to opt in. They're getting your email address, and they are blasting emails out to their list.
Text messages too.
Text messages, emails. The great thing is that as a small business owner, you can do the same thing. And with ClickFunnels, shameless plug. Shameless plug. We were talking about this before we came on today. We were talking about some of the new features that were that were released this past week, and just one that I saw was a timed pop-up now. That you can actually time them. It used to be that you had a pop-up on the page and it would either be an exit intent pop-up, so it would trigger when you were about to leave, or it was like, okay, have it come on right away, once you get to the page. Well, now you set that pop-up and you can time it. There's a little bar that you can set for time, but that's just a small feature. Not to mention the email marketing that's built inside of ClickFunnels, and you can do it all in the same place. You can gather your email, have a message hub where you can message them and also communicate with them, and have your own fundraising email list.
There you go. You can build your own fundraising email list, and your email list is your ticket to ultimate success because, been told for every one person on there is supposed to equate to about $1 you should be receiving every month on that list into your business coming directly from them. So I've seen it. My list isn't huge. I got about 200 people or so on it, but they are highly crafted and curated of 200 people in my specific niche for what I'm putting out there. And they are reading the emails. So at least that is a step in the right direction.
My email list continues to grow. Before we came on, I think I added another 5, and it's just constantly growing day after day. Yeah, and that's just one of my biggest. I always talk about it. One of my biggest gatherers of email is my campaign fundraising email.
You're running for office down there, Mark? You're going to be the next mayor of Houston.
Oh, would you run for office? Would you run for office? I mean,
if you can get half of America to hate you, you can be the next president. Let me just put that out there.
Politics, man. I don't know. It's like whatever comes out of their mouths. I just don't know if I could be that dishonest. I just don't know if I could be that dishonest. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It seems like they all say something one day and then a couple weeks later they change their position completely. And I don't really know if it's for the best of the people or it's what's best for them.
Yeah. It's probably what's best for them at the particular time. So,
and whatever that might be.
Yep. Yeah. My mom was actually city council while I was growing up in the town that I lived in, and she went against the grain a little bit. Not many people liked her after she was in office and made some changes that were for the benefit of the town, but it took some money out of some of the people's pockets, and they weren't too happy about it. So, there's a lot of corruption in government there. And if you get the right people in there to end it, right, it's good for the population as a whole, just not for the people actually sitting in those seats. So I don't know if I'd ever thought about it. But as I said, if you can get half the country to hate you, you can be the next president.
You cannot please everyone with any decision. With any decision that you make, you're always gonna, you make one decision that this group is happy about, but then you're leaving this group out over there. So it's trying to find that middle ground sometimes, and everybody wants it their way. Everybody has. I'm like, you know what?
I mean, my thing is, why can't you just leave people alone and let them be? Just let them be. Everything will end up fix itself in the wash. We'll take care of ourselves, and
because
live and let live. Yeah,
because we won't fix ourselves. That's why
we'll fix ourselves. If we live and let live, everything will be just fine.
No, we won't. We need some. Cool. All right. So definitely check around this video for those links to join and become a Mental Marketer Insider. You're gonna like it. I promise you. I'm trying to make a little political speech here. If I am elected, you will be able to join the community for free. You'll have free lunches, a free air for everyone.
Yep.
All right.
Free air for everyone. And if you're struggling to figure out what is going on in your business and need to find the holes in your marketing bucket, head over to my site. Links in the description. There is a pop-up. You click the button or try to leave the site. It'll pop up and you'll be able to get a free marketing assessment there. It goes over 7 or 8 aspects of your business, from local SEO to social to your website and you'll be able to see what is going on and why things aren't working. So go ahead and check that out.
Awesome. Sounds great. All right. So thanks for tuning in this week. We love to see you every week. Make sure to drop a comment down there because we know you're watching. So just let us know by hitting that heart button or even just making a little comment so we can shout you out. All right. Thanks for watching this week. Until next week, we'll say,
See you next time.
all right. See you next time.